English or Spanish? I love watching videos like that. It's absolutely amazing. Anyways, welcome back to Before the Rise with another episode with your host, Bros. There's some fun stuff that I've been going through, watching, experiencing in life, going and seeing firsthand. I think you could say that has been teaching me about just myself, my surroundings, the people around me, my job, everything you could think of. But anyways, I'll just start from the beginning kind of with you guys. So I went to Taste of India. We had the privilege of working with them. They hired Real Elites as their videographer and photographer. And it was nice to work with them because we got to do their videos and photos through the whole event. And these guys are the number one in the world for food festivals. I believe they had 250,000 people when it came to Canada's food festival that they did for a Taste of India. Nevertheless, these guys are big. Like, right, it was nice. It was nice working with them. I think I got to learn a lot more about the Indian culture, and in particular, really see who and what they represent, right? And these guys are very sweet. The whole team was very nice. It was nice working with them. So shout out to all of them. Shout out to the MCs. They were amazing. And then shout out to the DJ Alpha. This guy, he's the man. He is the man. Like, he can rock a crowd like no other. And I'll tell you that I've seen a lot of people play, but this guy's good. And then I got to meet some celebrities, which I forgot to tell you guys. I got to meet Priti Zinta, Omi Vedia. I believe these were just, two of the celebrities we met. That was really nice. They were nice people, very kind-hearted people. Different, I'll tell you that, different than what you see with normal people. Some of them had very strong star power. A lot of people were chasing them. Some you would expect to be a certain way versus how they truly are, and versus how you expect them to truly see them be versus how they actually are. That is a little bit complex to explain to you, but what I'm trying to say is what you see is not what you always get and what you always think that person may be. Good or bad, it has its own plays, but people are different in person, for real. So it was nice to see that. It was, I think, one of the most eye-opening experiences for me, because that was the first time I got to work with a festival that's big, roughly like 10,000 people or so. But I've worked with other festivals and groups that was like 4,000 people. That was the one that I got to work with that was relatively big. So it made me really, really grateful. And I was very happy to work with them. However, throughout this whole time, there was some crazy stuff going on. Like Trump almost got assassinated, which if you guys are not living underneath a rock, you'll be able to see. It was absolutely crazy. I think that was one of the one of the coolest things that I've seen someone live through. And the guy came back and he was like, fight. And it was nice. It was nice to see that he didn't let that stop him from becoming or doing what he wanted to do, or becoming the president. Hopefully, if he does or he doesn't, whichever. And I am a Trump supporter in certain ways. There's certain things I do like about him that I think is nice. There's certain things I don't like about him. I'm not all for just one person, so I'll tell you that. And I've made it crystal clear. But it's better than Biden. Honestly, Biden at this point, it's sad. And I'm happy that he kind of just stood down and gave it to Kamala Harris, whatever her name is. Honestly, at this point, I don't even watch her. I don't even like her, because what she stands for is horrible. She went through 4 years, let genocide happen, didn't really care. So to me, I was like, you know what, you're zero credibility for being a humane person. And then just watching that, I was like, things are getting crazy. And if he died, a lot of stuff would have gone bad. A lot of stuff would have gone bad. I mean, we're talking about probably a civil war at this point. And the one thing I will tell you, though, is that a lot of people tend to think that, oh my God, like, Trump could have died. He was this and that. This was not planned. And then some are going, oh, this was super planned. I could tell you this, that whoever becomes president is always chosen not by the people, but by the people behind the curtain. Now, Trump being almost, assassinated, we can say it was something that was planned or not planned. We don't know, right? If you guys watch the show The Boys, for example, which is a really nice show, you guys should watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. And a lot of these other shows like Jack Reacher, all these other things, or, things that basically these shows that tell you who really runs the world, right? And behind the curtain, or behind the scenes, if you want to say, it's not who you see on TV. Like, if you think Elon Musk is the highest, paid person or the most wealthiest, it's not true. If you think Donald Trump has all the power in the world, he does not. If you think Putin has all the power, he's not. There's people that are making decisions that are stronger and bigger than these guys. These are people that are like the Ambanis, right? The Ambanis of the world, BlackRock, people that have money, people that own big big organizations that choose who are in power, who are not in power, or who is not in power, and what we can do and what we can't do. And as sad as this sounds, it's the truth. This is a part of the Antichrist is coming, and this is something as a Muslim I believe. Dajjal, we call him. He's coming, and I've mentioned this multiple times. I've said this many times that a lot of people like to say, "Oh no, this is not true. This doesn't happen. This will never happen." It will happen, and it is only bound to happen. It's only just time. We have to let it kind of simmer, and it will happen. Look at the Paris. What is it? The Paris Olympics. I'm gonna watch a video with you guys. I actually saved it, and it's just crazy to look at this together because I wanted to show you guys this, that how much there's disrespect to Christianity even, and people don't care. They're not doing anything about it. Like, absolutely nothing about it. First, there's a video I'll play for you guys, like the ceremony that opened up. I think it was a weird ceremony where it was a lady holding her head, and then it was the England, like, I think it was England. I'm not sure where that is, but it's basically being burnt down. And then they did the Last Supper. Oh my God. And they grabbed the biggest girl that they could possibly find. I don't know what the hell that was for. Like, this is the shit that makes me get upset because they're trying to shove down our throat. For example, like, oh, you need to be super inclusive. You're showing the Last Supper with, like, a gay or a lesbian drag queen and this and that. And then a blue naked man comes in and sings and all that shit. And then you expect people to be like, yeah, we're super for Olympics. We're super for the left. You're basically telling us to accept the fact that you're going to shit down our throat and we're going to be okay with it. And that's the thing that makes me get a little bit upset because Christians in particular, they like to get mad at Muslims and they like to go off on Islam or things like that. But when something like this happens, barely any people are standing up for it. It's just very rare that you see a lot of people stand up for it. The outrage is just a small group of community, but they won't do this to Muslims because Muslims are a little bit more unified in that sense. If someone were to do that and make fun of Prophet Muhammad, I promise you that Paris Olympics would have been shut down quick because there would have been threats. And that's something we don't take lightly, right? But the Christians aren't saying anything. And as a Muslim, watching someone make fun or mockery of Prophet Isa, or Jesus, as they like to call it, peace be upon him, you think about it, you go, how are you going to say you're the strongest religion, or how are you going to say you're so impactful when you're in shambles like this, where such a big disrespect happens and you're too afraid to speak up, or you're too afraid to show your beliefs and say, hey, whoa, like, pause it. This is a boundary you can't cross. I promise you, if someone stood out there and said, we're anti-gay, kill, gays, or we don't like gays, or get the gays out of here, or something like that, there'd be protests. People would be getting killed. People would be, dehumanized. The newscast will be there, say, oh, look at this city. Look at these groups of people. They hate gays. They hate freedom. They hate happiness. They hate, success, prosperity, whatever. They hate all this stuff. And they'll blame those people that are against, LGBTQ plus whatever. So it's crazy to me. It's absolutely insane to me to think that there's people out there that are okay with letting this happen. And then when we say, hey, we don't support it, we are the anti-gay or the homophobes or whatever you want to call us. Makes no sense. And the disrespect continues. This is only going to get worse. Like, the Antichrist will come. Dajjal will come. And this is one of the main things. That's why a lot of people that go, oh, the president matters, who the president is. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't matter. No matter what, it won't matter. Because we're not the ones that get to choose who is in charge. So I mentioned that before, and I'll say it again. We don't. And what can we do? At the end of the day, what can we really do to make the world better? I think it just comes down to how you raise your family, how you raise your community, how you make the people around you believe and know that there's certain boundaries you can't cross. It's just sad. It's sad to see this. It's sad to see how much disrespect happens, and we let it slide. We don't say anything, and when we do, look at Andrew Tate, for example. It was a great example. He said something. He went to go, I think, to a church, and he was protesting about the Paris Olympics, and he almost got arrested. Imagine. But if that was a gay guy walking into a church and saying, you guys don't accept me, they won't say anything to him. They can't say anything to him. They would be the ones in trouble. So think about that. Think about that, because a lot of people go, oh, gay people are very, very mistreated. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're absolutely not mistreated, especially in the United States. They're all given love, a majority of them, especially California. But when you talk about Muslims or Christians and Jews or whatever, anything, Hindus, anything, those for the majority are they're looked down on, and they're looked at as very antiquated thinking. So that right there, my friend, is the tea for you. It's what people are saying, it and it's crazy. It's just crazy in general. And this made me go on another thing where like TikTok is crazy. It's showing you some nice stuff. I say crazy a lot because it is pretty crazy. There was this thing that someone paid like $70,000. I'll put the picture up for you guys. They made a lagoon, a lagoon in their backyard. Oh, it's a puddle, buddy. It's a puddle. That's definitely not a lagoon. And man, the comments flamed the crap out of them. And the picture I'm showing you guys right now. Oh man, this is hella, like, this is funny. My Bay Area inner slang almost came out there. Hella funny. Look at me. But this is pretty funny. I'm curious to know what you guys think, because look at this. This genuinely looks like there's just water that's in a drought, like this about to die out, and they're saying it's a lagoon. And I don't know what to tell you. This is hard to even break down for you guys, because people will pay a lot of dumb money to do some stupid things, like very dumb things. Like imagine $70,000 if you put it into something else. You would have made a lot more out of that, or got better stuff out of it. Even if you put a pool there at that size that there is right now, it would have been better than if you were to just make a lagoon. The Goo Lagoon. You guys remember that? But anyways, I also wanted to share another thing with you guys. This lady Tana Mojo that's coming up, and she's calling out some crazy people for pedophilia, and then this whole Mr. Beast thing, pedophilia. Dude, there's so many pedophilia stuff going on right now. And then Vitaly, he's doing like, I think he's doing How to Catch a Predator, basically, but his version. And he had YG there in one of the videos. He had Jayoma in the video, which is a lawyer. He had The Game in one of his video. It's so freaking weird. Like, these people out of nowhere are showing up and doing some crazy things. But anyways, Tana Mojo, I'll kind of show you guys what she's saying. She's talking about... I bring this up. I'm going to play for you guys in a second. But I bring this up because people like her are calling out other people that are like saying, oh, I got raped at 17 and this happened and that happened and this guy's bad and that guy's bad and Cody Ko is bad and this is bad. And just to show you her intellect, it will tell you a lot. I'm not saying to, basically diminish or to minimize the impact of rape, but I'm saying we should 100% do a credibility check before we just point out fingers, and then the people that are pointing out fingers, we believe them too. But I'm going to play this for you, and look how stupid she sounds. She sounds dumb.
Brooke, do you know that up until the other night, I thought that humans walked at the same time as dinosaurs?
I don't think that that's that out
See
there.
that?
I know you did.
She thinks that humans walk the same times as dinosaurs. This is the type of people that we are trusting when they're making claims about pedophilia. That kind of shit right there, my friend, is what makes me go absurd. We believe people like that, and we go, yeah, you're right. You were 16, 17, you got raped. Yeah, you're 100% right. And then someone that might have built an empire just gets shambled like that, gone. For what? And this is not new for a girl like that. She's building clout for herself. She wants to build clout for herself. So it's insane. I look at this and I'm like, why do we trust people that are absolutely crazy and stupid, and that 100%, 110% are either lying or fabricating the truth a little bit to their benefit? Why do we believe that? Why do we even let that even go by and say nothing about it, right? I'm not saying that we shouldn't believe if they were raped or not. We can look into that. Obviously, there's lawyers, there's, text messages. You can look at the past, the time, the pictures, the photos, whatever you want to look at, videos that you had with a person, all the things that had happened, the testimonies, go through all that. But making just a bold-ass statement like that with 1 million, 2 million followers, and then they go and slander someone else without even knowing what happened is crazy to me. And that's why I go, like, half the shit's fake that you see, guys. You know that? Like, half the shit that you guys are seeing is fake, especially things like, for example, what Vitaly does. Vitaly went in and, like, stopped a guy, a 13-year-old, from getting touched or whatever. And he, like, and first of all, you look at the video. I'm going to put it up for you guys. You look at the video, he, like, bolts in there. And as he's bolting in there, he breaks open, like, I don't even know how they placed the camera there, first of all, without the other people sitting, knowing. He bolts in, and then he has, like, Jayoma with him, and there's, like, camera crew everywhere, and he's just talking, the guy's sitting, and then YG breaks a table. It's crazy to me to believe, like, a lot of this shit's fake, and majority of people are falling for it. So many people are falling for it. There was a dog. I'm gonna pull it up for you. There's a dog here. Okay, look at this, guys. There's a dog. I'm gonna put it on the screen. There's a dog that is like a sea lion shape, and it was made by AI, and people went absolutely ape shit and said there's an underwater dog that's like they were able to discover. So everything is becoming crazy. AI is becoming crazy. ChatGPT 4.0 is crazy. It can read your whole room and tell you what's going on. And we are heading some dark times, my friend. We are heading into some dark times. And it's just scary. It's just scary to see how people can slander your name without any evidence, or even with a little bit of evidence that they fabricated, and you really don't have a chance. You don't have anything to say. And I saw Cody Ko was the most recent, like, person that was considered as allegedly a person that was a rapist or a pedophile. And I watch his stuff. Cody Ko was someone that I watched very frequent. I would follow up with his podcasts and with Noel Miller and all that. And to see that, I was like, that's kind of weird. That's very weird to just throw it out there. But it also tells you don't know what's going on, or who you know or you may not know. He might be like that, truly, and I don't know that. But to say that, he did that, and then you're coming out years later and now opening up about it, something is wrong about that. Something is weird. Now, the other guy that's on Mr. Beast's, I think it was his crew, this guy named Chris or whatever. That guy that became a trans, and they're saying he was a pedophile. That's different. I say this not because I'm a trans hater or anti-trans, but I say this because he has legitimate proof against him. There's legitimate proof that has been proven against him, and not only claims but has been shown. An investigation is under the way now that by Mr. Beast and all the authorities around him and everything like that. With people like Tana Moja that are making random ass little TikToks and calling out other people that she worked with or she loved at one point, it's crazy to me. It's like, wow, you will do anything for clout. Which brings me to that last thing, and I was going to bring up to you guys, is we've come to the society or the societal point now that they will do anything for clout. Anybody will do anything for clout. I mean, there's people that will beat up a homeless guy for clout. There will be people that feed homeless people and like kick them and then take the money back for clout. There's people that legitimately give the money, stop the camera, then take it back for clout so they can look better. There's people that will do anything. I mean, absolutely anything. There's a movie called Nightcrawler. Watch it. I'm pretty sure it's called Nightcrawler. It's by Jake Gyllenhaal in the movie. It's to summarize it for you guys if you haven't seen it. It tells you the obsession of being famous, and he like records like horrific acts of people murdering and whatnot. And then I watched it a long, long time ago. And then he starts to fall in love with it, where he pays people to like basically do those acts, and then like he does whatever he can in his power to like film it and then post it just so he can look like he saw something that no one else did, right? Which he fabricated the truth. That is 100% real with the society that we live in right now. People are fabricating the truth to make you believe that there's pedophiles, there's killers, there's murderers, there's, people that are trans, there's people that are gay, people that are not gay, people that are dead, whatever it may be. Like Sylvester Stallone was pronounced dead like a week ago, and then he came out and was like, no, I'm not, I'm alive. There's so many things that go on, so many rumors, so many stuff that you are like caught up with, and you're downright just force fed, that you start to have a reality distortion field where you don't no longer have an idea of what's real and what's fake. Like you really no longer understand that. And this is something that even Steve Jobs had, which he just started to conduct his own reality and basically orchestrate what he believed. And this is dangerous. It's extremely dangerous, especially for young people, because young people that are in their teens and whatnot will do some outright horrendous things for a greater good or whatever they think they're doing, and they don't even know why they're doing it. They absolutely do not know why. Maybe that guy that was trying to kill Trump, that kid, let's say for the case of this scenario, he was a random kid that genuinely just got like manipulated to kill. Imagine how much power propaganda and the media has that manipulated him to believe Trump is a murderer and a killer and I should kill him, or he's trans, or I mean anti-trans and anti-this and anti-that. So it makes you think how strong things are and the media around us and the effect it has on us. And people like to always go, America is right. America would never do back. It's only America that's the truth. Dude, this is no different than from the Nazis. This is no different than what Hitler did with his propaganda. It's no different than what Joseph Stalin did. Genghis Khan, nothing. They were rulers. That's what exactly is going on right now. I'm not talking about Trump in particular, but I'm talking about the country of the United States in general. That's what's going on right now. You have this propaganda, this saturated news media, this saturated TikToks, the Facebook, Instagram posts, everything you're looking at is fake. A lot of it is fake. And I would highly, highly suggest you look into the things before you go posting about it, before you know, abolish someone or you crucify them and tell them that they're wrong. And this goes for both left side and right side. Look at what they're saying before you make that statement. But a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully you guys stay safe. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I look forward to you guys on the next episode. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Brosy. It's on the screen. If you want to hear me on Spotify, it's Before the Rise podcast as well. If you're listening to me on Spotify right now, you can actually watch me on YouTube as well. It's Before the Rise podcast. Other than that, I wish you guys a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, take care.